Today we're going to be reviewing the Pathfinder Adventure Card Game, the original version. Now, reviewing a product that has a newer version coming out and so many old expansions is pretty hard. We wanted to do this review because Paizo has just released a newer revamped version of the game, and we will be reviewing that shortly. We're going to go ahead and make this quick and easy by breaking it down into sections. So for ease of learning, this is easily the biggest thing causing this game to not fully take off. While it became popular in smaller circles, especially with the RPG crowd that played D&D and Pathfinder and so forth, it never really had the broad appeal. This isn't a game that you can bring over to a family game night and expect them to learn in 30 minutes. That all being said, once you do learn the small pieces that make up the whole of this game, it's very rewarding, and there is a sort of system knowledge advantage that you get once you have figured out the basics of how the game operates. The gameplay loop. The core gameplay is picking a location and trying to find a boss. You flip over decks to see if the card is good, a boon, or bad, a bane, and then you normally make a check to acquire or defeat the card by rolling dice that is based off of your character's skills. So for example, a beefy muscle-bound barbarian might get to roll a d12 for a strength check, while a book-smart cleric may only get to roll a d4. It does get a bit repetitive, but new cards unlock as you play, changing and adding to the gameplay by getting new abilities that you can use. Each scenario you play also has specific rules for the session, although keeping track of those can sometimes be hard to do. Speaking of abilities, your character you choose levels up along with you as you play, granting access to new cards and also new character powers that you get to spice up the gameplay. While some characters have game-changing abilities, others get rather mundane uses. But overall, each character does feel unique to play, and choosing them with a group of friends can be pretty fun. The cooperative nature. It falls pretty flat here. While branded as a cooperative game, there is very little in the way of being able to assist your teammates by default. There are cards that seem to be fairly few and far between that allow you to help out other players that make their checks, though. There is some strategy as you learn the system to decide which character is better at going to which locations, and some characters get abilities that actually make them better suited up to team up at locations instead of going out solo. That being said, I do wish there was a little bit more here that actually promoted teamwork in this team-building card game. Longevity. You purchase the game multiple times by choosing the adventure you want to play. When you buy a main adventure, like Rise of the Rune Lords or Skull and Shackles, it comes with an introduction adventure, and it also comes with the first out of 6 expansion decks. They do this to get you hooked, and then you get to spend $15 to $20 more to buy the expansion decks, eventually working your way through all 6 of them. It's an interesting concept that certainly does add some longevity to the game by adding more advanced and powerful cards as you play. If you can get a dedicated group to stick with it, much fun can be had. I do wish all the expansion decks came bundled together to form an entire adventure from square one when you actually purchased it, and Paizo seems to have kind of come to that same conclusion as well, because the new updated version of the game supposedly is doing just that. Overall conclusion. If you are a person who likes to think about intricate complexities and fine-tune abilities to get past hard encounters, maybe a tad like Dark Souls, then this game is for you. It's very RPG in the avenue of picking classes, leveling up, and getting stronger. The narrative form of the game is low to non-existent, so you do end up kind of playing repetitive missions that do get harder as you go, promoting more coordination with your allies. Besides planning your attacks, though, there's very little to do to help your allies besides small blessings here and there, or waiting to get specific cards. Overall, my group found the game to be fun, and there is plenty of content to keep people coming back for more time and time again. As you play, you do develop a feeling of system mastery, which helps promote the desire to keep playing. We eagerly anticipate reviewing the newer revamped version that comes to our doorsteps very soon, so please stay tuned for that. Thank you.